Abe looking dapper as always. Oh, that's a cute use of that outfit. Like that hood. Well done. Anyway, I should make you into my partner. And let's start by boosting you up. Oh, that's not standard things. I've been trying to play the samurai, so yesterday I'm just trying to get it up to level 60. And it's so hard to be suddenly in close combat without having any ranged abilities. Like, I have one. And it just reminded me why I play ranged characters as a main. Let's buff up. This tank is just fetching everything in this dungeon. And it's amazing. I don't know how it is to heal though, if it's shit or not. But it works well for like getting a lot of things together. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. That guy is on a balloon. That's a choice, I guess. So you do you. Oh, let's not. Oh. That's so stupid. Oh, ow. Bastard. Don't throw me up in the air. I'm tiny. It damages me more than others. Oh, shit. Need to buff us up. Buff. Yeah, the Ixels are very sad that they can't fly Joe. They're very creative when it comes to like getting back to flying. I also think I always have a hard time imagining Ixels ever being able to fly. They look like lizards to me more than birds. But I mean, I guess that's just because they're like completely featherless. But when I first saw them, I was convinced these were lizard people, not some sort of a leftover bird thingy. Oh, buff. 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 Let's keep my partner doing extra damage. Oh, there is a fly XL model? Huh. I know there is a beast tribe that I've opened up, but I haven't, like, finished them yet. I haven't gotten far into the story. But they're basically trying to make a balloon. True. That's true. Dinosaurs did look more like... It looked more like lizards, even though they were actually have bird sister ancestors. Talk about like evolution going really shitty for you. Like your ancestor used to be huge and deadly and fierce, and you are now a chicken or a duck. Imposing gate. I don't know, it doesn't look that imposing. Oh, I haven't checked, like, I haven't done any of the loot yet. I can't. I already have these. Can't use any of this, so it doesn't matter. But I'll pet ape and then I'll dance. Because I'm a dancer, so I should be dancing. See, he looks so nice. This one. Where are you going? Ducks are awesome. They are pretty cool. Oh my gosh! Oh, that is the cutest. They're like baby. They're like baby boars. There's so many cute minions in this game. I usually have my butterfly because it flies around, so it's not like in my way. I used to always have my deer with me, but it kept on creeping me out that it would just standing fire and shit. Talking about birds, in the area I used to live when I was younger, we had a lot of geese. Those things are just evil. My sister was so afraid of them. And when I was walking home, like from school, usually when I would like cut my way, like way across like a backyard, which was just open, like there was no fence or anything. There used to be like a flock of geese living there. And those bastards were just, they were evil, vicious. You wouldn't even be like halfway towards them and they would already be hissing and shit. Oh yeah, we do have swans in Iceland. They're quite pretty. They're also quite hissy if you get too close, but they're quite pretty. Ow. I stood in things. Sorry. We have actually quite a bit of birds in Iceland. We have a lot of birds that basically come here during the summer months and then leave for winter and head south. So we get a lot of baby birds. And then we have like few birds that stay all year round, but most of them go. Like most of the bigger ones. Though some ducks and such have started staying all year round. I guess because just people feed them. We have a lot of seagulls also. I was probably supposed to run away with that. Any fun loot? No. Not really. And in some parts of Iceland you can even find puffins. I've never gone near puffins. But I know where they are. They weren't too far from my hometown, for example. They're just kind of there. They're a very stupid looking bird who is really shit at flying. Like if you watch them try to take off for land in water, it's hilarious. Because they're like little clowns, but it's cute. But mostly we don't have that many animals though in Iceland when you think about it. Like we have very few insects. Like we do have insects, but comparatively to other places. Oh, we have very few. Like we don't have mosquitoes, but we have a thing, I think it's called midge, which is kind of similar to mosquito. Like they're smaller, but they still bite you and are annoying. But they're not everywhere, they're in just like some certain places. And then we have like few different types of beetles. We don't have any snakes, we don't have any toxic spiders, even though like I'm terrified of all our spiders. But nothing here is gonna like kill you. We have reindeers in the eastern part of the island. I've also never seen a reindeer in person outside of the... We have sort of like a zoo here in the capital. Which is like compared to zoo in any other country is not a zoo. But yeah. We do have foxes and ferrets, I think they're called. Or something similar to ferrets at least. And that's kind of about it. We have shit ton of sheep. Very many sheep. More sheep than people, in fact. And we let them walk around just free during the summer months. So you can find sheep just pretty much everywhere. Oh. Airstone. Something we definitely needed. Okay. She looks so cool when she's just on this. It's like no shit's given. I think, like, as a country, we're quite lucky. We don't have rabies here. So you're relatively safe, which is good because I tend to want to pet everything. Oh, you've seen a deer? Nice. I think ours are like, not deer, but reindeers. I don't know if you're talking about like that kind of deer or like the other type of deer. I don't know. Or maybe I'm just confusing the male and the female together. But yeah, we have some. Where is? Oh, everyone is over there. Oh yeah, and we have seals. I don't recommend petting those. They will bite you, apparently. Or so I have been told. I was told when I was younger, when I wanted to pet them. I love this music. It's always so epic. Let's maybe stay inside the healing bubble that Ape so kindly gave us. Oh yeah, this thing is like huge. Like, is that an Ixol? I guess I got something. I'm just getting everything. Thank you. And it wasn't even an upgrade. Okay. Oh well. Yeah, the female deer do get kind of big, don't they? They are. Just reindeers in general are actually bigger than I thought they would be when I first saw them. Yay.
Thank the gods! What happened?
Oh, killed a big thing?
So they were unable to see the ritual to its completion. Then Garuda is no longer a threat, and whatever the Asians and the Warriors of Darkness were planning has come to naught. But we should not tarry. The knights have secured our path to safety.
Well, well. What do we have here? You'd better not have killed the primal without us.
Oh god.
You!
Wait, I know you. Still walking, I see. I could have sworn my aim was true.
Just what is your game? Leading us the long way so these fools could step in and claim our prize?
No, no. Let's not make hasty accusations. By the look of things, the ritual was proceeding as planned. We arrived at the appointed hour. 'Twas they who erred.
It is hopeless. We cannot face them all.
Do mine ears deceive? A boy! So that's the way of it. Twins! You had me worried for a moment there. Know that I will happily make it quicker for you, if you just stand still.
Oh, this is bad.
Enough, Jarumul. We wouldn't want to upset the man in white with any unnecessary bloodshed now, would we?
Yeah.
You've been awfully busy since we were kind enough to spare your lives.
Yes.
While you were idly consorting with the Asians, you mean? 7 hells! What could you possibly hope to achieve?
Should I explain it to you? Very well. Consider it a reward of sorts for beating us here. You know the tale of Hydaelyn and Zodiac, I take it? Of the Great Sundering and the reflections it created?
Across 10 and 3 they were divided. Reflections of the source, each possessed of shards of light and dark.
Just so. One of those reflections, the one nearest to the source, is our home. And we were the heroes blessed with her light. But not all worlds hold light and dark in equal measure. In ours, the power of light was greater by far. So the Asians, who once threatened our home, were no match. And they fell before us, one after another, till none were left. Victory, we thought. And then came the light. A flood of pure, blinding radiance, annihilating shadow and color and life itself. Ere long, it will consume our world, leaving naught in its wake but blank perfection.
That cannot be. Do you honestly expect us to believe such a story?
Believe what you like. But it has happened before, on a world far removed from ours. The 13th, which was swallowed by the dark and transformed into what you call the Void. Unchallenged light would condemn us to a similar fate. And so we joined hands with our former enemies, and with their aid came here, to the source. For there is but one way to restore the balance and save our home. The Ardor. Calamitous destruction with the power to break down the barriers between planes and see our worlds rejoined.
You would doom our world to save your own? What would even become of us? Of you?
Enough. I tire of talking. You know our cause. You know what is at stake. We are prepared to do whatever it takes. Are you?
If there is aught you would say it. Otherwise, begone. You have no friends here.
Okay. That was a lot. Let me see if I'm understanding this correctly. So, Zodiac and Hydaelyn were one once, representing light and darkness. And we are on the planet that is the source. But then things got split up into parallel universes? Planets with parallel stories? So the same things are happening, like, happened on different planets, and if the dark wins, we get the void. If the light wins, we get like, pureness? I'm gonna have to think about that a lot. I wish I could have, like, gotten the guy to just sit down. I have several follow-up questions to what he just said. Alfie, can you explain this to me, please? All things considered, we should be grateful to have survived that encounter. Yeah, please, just explain everything. Do you think it could be true that to save their world they must bring ruin to ours? Oh, it's explained a bit in the encyclopedia. Lovely. I've been, like, I'm letting the encyclopedia wait until I finish Heaven's Word, like, completely. And then as soon as I enter, it's not Shadowbringers, it's the other one. The one before Shadowbringers, so the next expansion pack. I'm gonna sit down and read the entire encyclopedia. No, it matters not. Such wanton destruction is beyond justification. Whatever the reason, they must be stopped. Their sacrifice, their loss, it ends here. Alphinaud would like nothing more than to get out of the snow. Forgive me, this is neither the time or place nor to idle introspection. Ah, Stormblood, yes. The knights can appraise Lord Edmund of our success, and we, the Lord Commander. More importantly, I should like to see if my sister's condition has improved. You may take a moment for yourself, if you wish. I will be at the congregation. We're gonna go straight there, because I really want to continue with the story. It brings me joy to see you safely return to us, Malicity. What news from Selfatol? Confusing things. Then we were not late. On behalf of Iskard, I offer you my deepest thanks. As for we who remain behind, Mistress Istola has been tending to Mistress Alice in her absence, and I am pleased to report that she has regained consciousness. I imagine you have many questions, especially given your recent encounter with the Warrior of Darkness. I know I do. Come, let me show you to her room. Don't worry, her condition is much improved. She is a resilient one, much like her brother. Oh, I'm glad she's okay. I'm gonna see if...
Alize, how are you feeling?
Well enough, brother. Thanks to the kindness of our hosts. When they told me you had departed for Zelfatol, I found that I could rest. The outcome seemed a mere formality, as did your safe return. Thank you, my friend.
No problem.
I take it your mission was a success.
Mm-hmm. It was also very confusing.
As if we needed any further confirmation that they are in league with the Ascians. But to save another world? I think not.
I too thought his story fanciful at first. But it is possible there may be a kernel of truth in all of this. At the very least, none of his claims contradict the word's account.
You were following these people, Alice. Why?
During my travels, I had oft enjoyed tales of the Scions and their exploits. But after a time, I began to hear whispers of a gifted and theretofore unknown band of adventurers. Adventurers who had supposedly sworn to travel the realm slaying primals in the Scion's stead.
The Warriors of Darkness. And in the course of investigating these rumors, you stumbled upon the Ascians' involvement.
Yes, exactly.
Forgive me, but if these Warriors of Darkness mean to bring about another calamity, To what end do they hunt primals?
To prompt an escalation. To deepen the beast tribe's feelings of helplessness and despair, and thereby drive them to summon ever more powerful gods. And lest we forget, these events do not occur in isolation. With their patron deities being slain left and right, the news of man's victory over Nidhogg must surely have sown panic in the minds of the beastmen. 'Tis no wonder they wish to defend themselves.
Power answered with greater power. Death with more death. A vicious cycle fueled by fear and hatred. I know it's like all too well.
Indeed. The Ascians sow discord and desperation, and the warriors of darkness reap the harvest. And so it continues. Yet that is not the extent of their ambitions. The Ascian himself observed that once the powerless realize that the old gods have failed them, they will have little recourse but to look to a new one.
Oh no.
We cannot let that happen.
It should come as no surprise, but Alizé and I have uncovered evidence that the Ascians have been manipulating certain parties to ensure that a constant stream of crystals flows into the hands of the beast tribes. If we sever these supply lines, we should at least be able to slow the escalation.
Agreed. Kral and I shall journey to Zelphatol and learn what we can of the Ixal's source.
Then I, for my part, pledge to lead a similar investigation into the origin of the Nath supply.
Sir Emmerich?
Thank you, Sir Emmerich.
As a member of the Eorzean Alliance, Ishgard is honor-bound to play an active role in maintaining the security of the realm. You might also say that I have some personal motivation, given the Ascians' dealings with my father. However, I make no secret of the fact that my knowledge of primal beings is scant at best. As such, I should be most grateful if one of your order were to assist me.
Allow me, Sir Emmerich. I have dealt with the Nath before.
Yeah, they know him as the naked one. Yeah.
Let us consult with Orianja then. Given his dedication to the study of primal beings, I should be surprised if he could not tell us something of value.
But he's working with the Ascians.
Allow me to accompany you, brother. And before you think to refuse, know that I am not the girl I once was. I shall not be a burden. You have my word.
But Alizé, you... You are more than welcome. After all, it was you who set us upon this path.
Wait a minute. I'm afraid I can't allow you to leave just yet. Not until you try on the new outfit I prepared for you.
Oh, she gets a new outfit too. Lovely. To think the three of us plummeted the depths of the coils and confronted Bahamut himself. Had I not been there, I would struggle to believe it. Shortly after we parted ways, I heard that she had taken to the road on her own, apparently on a journey of self-discovery. Precisely where to I never learned, though I suspect that was by design. So she enjoyed hearing tales of our exploits, see? My apologies for keeping you waiting. Nice. Slightly short. But, okay. Right then, shall we be off? Tatra never ceases to impress, though for a moment I fear she might furnish you with an identical outfit. Praise the 12 she did not. Mother and father were rather too fond of making us wear matching clothes. Do you remember that time at the studio when the girl of yours crept up behind me in the hall and whispered, Sister, please, she was not my Can we not have this conversation in front of the Warrior of Light? So be it, another time perhaps. To be honest, Malicity, I wasn't planning on seeking you out just yet. When I set forth on my journey, I did so with grand ambition. As you may recall, I promised I would not disappoint you. I pray you will forgive me if I do. Oh, come on. It's just a pleasure to have you with us. Like, you don't have to prove anything. New garment aside, I must say that you seem different, more resolute than when we last met. You have the look of a woman who is ready to fight for the future of Eorzea. James says he really hates Alice. Alright. To the extent of my abilities, perhaps, but I have no delusions of grandeur, nor will I pretend to have found myself or any such thing. I am here today because I would regret if I weren't, that's all. Fair enough, let us depart for the Waking Sand then, and see if Urianger can be of assistance. This outfit is uncomfortably short on her. She did the same with Istola. And Elfie, when you think about it, yeah, he's wearing pants, but he also has kind of a skirt thing going on. I have a feeling Teteru just really, really likes short skirts on people. Urianger, apologies for calling upon you unannounced. Why, Master Alphino, would that the scholar had seen fit to grant me knowledge of thy coming. What bringeth thee and thine here this day? The Warrior of Darkness have returned. Pray allow us to explain. So yeah, James says that he finds her a very difficult character. It's going to be interesting to see how she turns out. I do have heard tales in recent days of Primal being rising upon only to be cast down by forces unknown. Alas, as thou didst observe, there serveth but spur the beast tribe to pursue their goal with redoubled fervour. We have two objectives at this time, to identify and remove the source of the beast tribe crystals, and to take direct action to prevent any further summoning ritual from reaching completion. The second is easier said than done, of course. While we were fortunate enough to learn of Ixal's plans before they came in fruition, I should be surprised if the Warrior of Darkness and the Ascian did not have similar designs elsewhere, of which we have no knowledge. They were wise to come hither, for this very day did I receive tidings most troubling from across the strait of Merithor. O Gomorrah stirreth, and there are whispers that Lord of Crags neareth his return. Mere rumours, mark thou, but in light of thine own discoveries, thou canst still afford to turn a deaf ear to these claims. Aye, we must ascertain the truth of the matter for ourselves. Let us consult with the Maelstrom forces stationed at Camp Overlook, Malicity. Thank you for the counsel, Urianger. Pray inform us, should you learn aught else. I shall. If I may, brother, Urianger, is there anything else you would like to say? Alice? If not, then never mind. I only ask because you're normally rather more verbose. Nothing to add. Very well. Ere we depart, I wish to make a request. The Warrior of Darkness spoke of how the Ardor had the power to break down the barrier between planes, that our world might be rejoined. I would ask that you research this for us. Being nowhere near as well read as you, I'm sure I wouldn't know where to begin. That said, I've heard tell of promising tome, the Gerun oracles. Mayhap you could start there. She knows. By thy leave. Camp Overlook was it? Very well. Yes, he knows something is up.